Brittany Buckwalter and Shannon Zanger join us this morning. Brittany is a psychic medium out of Hannibal, and Shannon Zanger it's kind of a long story that we're going to get to here, a fundraiser, but Shannon, we kind of know you as Easton's mom, Easton Zanger, who passed away 5 years ago at the age of 2.
Right.
You guys recently connected, and Easton came through Brittany, and out of this, something really cool has happened.
Yes.
Tell us about what's going to happen, Brittany.
So I found out that she was wanting to adopt a couple children from Haiti, and at the very end of her reading, I felt like I was supposed to help in some way. Adoption is kind of a big deal to me. I was adopted by my father, and so when I realized that that's what she was trying to do, I had reached out to her and asked her if she was going to be raising money or needed help in any way with that, and she said yes. I actually had to ask her more than once to be able to help her.
Okay.
She said so many people had already helped her so much, and she was hesitant to ask again. And as I was about to put on this fundraiser, which was going to actually benefit a completely different charity, Easton came through and told me to call her, and I texted her, and sure enough, she said, your timing is impeccable, because just 2 days ago she received an email that she was offered to go to Haiti and to start looking for her children. So the timing was just almost unbelievable. So the fundraiser is it's a ghost story concert. It's going to be held at 1 on Thursday, the 26th. Doors will open at 7:30. The cost is $20 a person. And what will happen is I've actually put together a really interesting team of people who have all experienced super incredible paranormal experiences, which is kind of really different than what I experience.
Okay.
Which I don't think a whole lot of people realize that. So we've got a couple paranormal researchers. Crystal Bear, he has been just absolutely wonderful in helping me understand kind of the paranormal part of ghost stories and ghost hunting, which kind of opened me up to an entirely new world. And Dina Budd, she is the Y101 blog expert. She does a lot of paranormal research, historical research, and she will be sharing some of her experiences as well. And then we've got a couple other people who have just had some really weird close calls that are going to be sharing what they've got going on. And I think it's something totally different to offer during this time of year that is, it's not a haunted house. It's not, it's just different. There's nothing like that out there, and I think it's going to be really exciting.
And it's for a really good cause, and that's for you to be able to bring home children. So I want you to be able to just speak to us quickly about, one, the loss, but now two, sort of this renewal of your family.
Right. I was definitely pulled to go to Haiti on a medical mission trip about a year and a half ago. And it was a wonderful experience, and I fell in love with the people.
And you're a nurse by trade. When you mentioned medical trip.
I am a nurse, yes. So it was a medical mission. And I was expecting to go and, do my job and be done, and instead I fell in love with these people that are completely passionate and positive and happy, and they're the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And so I hadn't really gone over planning to adopt, but I connected with some of the people, and I just felt like this is something that I'm supposed to do. My husband is on board. After a little bit of talking, he didn't quite have the experience.
It takes two.
Exactly, which is why the timing was impeccable, because I recently got the opportunity to go back to Haiti, and this time I'm taking my husband. So we are, through this fundraiser, able to fund this trip, and I think this is going to be instrumental in our adoption process.
And it's to find your family.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation in our next half hour. We do have to scoot to a commercial break, but they're going to hang around, and we'll hear more about the fundraiser and also some of the talent that sits here on the couch as well. We're again joined with Shannon Zanger and Brittany Buckwalter, who's a psychic medium. Easton Zanger's mom, who passed away 5 years ago at the tender age of 2, doing a very unique fundraiser next Thursday at 1 here in Quincy. Brittany, tell us quickly about that fundraiser.
It's funny that you say at 1. I had some people last night at an event that I was throwing say, it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Like, no.
1, the facility there at
yes.
7th in Hampshire?
Yes.
8th in Hampshire?
It might even be 6th.
Okay, 6th. I think you're right, 6th.
But it starts at 8 o'clock. Doors open at 7:30. 100% of the proceeds are going to benefit Shannon's adoption efforts. And tickets are $20. You can purchase them online through my Facebook event that I've got set up, or you can contact me. you can find me on Facebook. We can maybe do, something.
Sure, we can get you out there. What can people expect then if they go to this event?
Well, I'll tell you what's really interesting about it is people used to always ask me, and it's still a question that I get asked all the time, aren't you scared as far as what I do? And no, I'm not. I've never been scared. But when I sat down with a couple of these paranormal researchers and learned, especially Crystal Bear, and Dina, learned what they experienced and what they've seen, it did kind of make me scared. I stepped back and thought, oh my gosh. So the next thing I asked them was, do you say a prayer before you go in and do these things? And they both looked at me and they're like, no. So learning how basically to protect yourself should you decide to do something like this is going to be something that is probably going to be very pertinent. You're going to hear a lot about it and why it's important. But what you're really going to experience is why Chris hung up his work boots and decided to quit doing research because he had such an incredibly terrifying experience.
Because you've dubbed this as like a paranormal concert.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I'm scared just thinking about it. But here's what's neat: is it's in the season of Halloween.
That's why.
It's the perfect time for those kinds of things. And it's not your average pumpkin patch. And it's not your haunted house. It's a much more first-hand storytelling experience. And again, for a really great cause. And that's for you to expand your family.
Right.
And so tell me a little bit about the adoption efforts, sort of the money that we're talking about here. What's it go toward?
It's all the money that we raise in general goes to a fund, an East and Zanger benefit fund, which actually started whenever my son got sick. And then, I feel like a lot of people when they lose a child raise money for the illness that their child had, but we tend to not bring that up as much because we feel like that doesn't define who he is. And what actually defined Easton was in the 2.5 years of his illness was the incredible outpouring of love and support. I mean, we didn't buy a cup of coffee when we were at the hospital because we had so much support. And so we started doing something called an Easton Timeout, or an ETO, and we have little cards and things, and they've gone, actually they've been international, which is wonderful. So all money that we collect in any capacity, no matter what fundraiser we do, goes to this account, and it can go for anything. It can go for, a family sitting next to us that we buy their dinner, and we present one of their cards. A lot of the money recently has gone to our adoption efforts. This specifically came at a wonderful time, which is not surprising to me at all, that I received an email a few days ago that my husband and I could actually go to Haiti together, which is an experience I've wanted to share with him since the first time I went in March of 2015. So we're going to use that to go together to help out at an orphanage, which I think is going to be a great experience for the two of us.
Quickly tell us how you two got connected.
Okay.
It's an interesting story.
Yes, we have a mutual friend that is a labor and delivery nurse with myself, and we actually had met with a different medium at Brittany's house, and when we left that experience, that specific medium had said, to Brittany, you have this gift too, and Holly, our mutual friend, had asked if she could give me a reading because she had been, Brittany had been in my presence, and of course Easton had knocked on her door. So she did. She came to my house, and I had seen 7 mediums before, and I believe she said something about being terribly nervous about that because I had experienced it already, but I found her to be very gifted, very talented, and have since sent a lot of people her way.
Very nice. So again, it is next Thursday at 1. Used to be restaurant and bar, but it's the name of the place is 1. Doors open at 7:30. The event starts at 8 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for getting up early and coming in with us.